Good day and welcome to the Ateneo Art Gallery. We are pleased and honored to present Muntadas' Exercises on Past and Present Memories, a project we have been working on for the past 2 years with renowned visual artist Antoni Muntadas. The global pandemic has posed many challenges. Nevertheless, with regular online meetings and consultations, Muntadas was able to develop ideas to explore for this project. It was a learning process for him, for us, as well as the many collaborators. The research and production phases of this exhibition were successfully completed with the help of researchers based in Manila and in Spain, Filipino communities based overseas, artisans from Lumban, Laguna, and India, and ceramic and coin fabricators in Sevilla and Madrid. We also wish to thank Manuel Ocampo for accepting Muntadas' invitation to create the work in line with the theme of this exhibition. We are grateful for the support extended by the Embassy of Spain in Manila, and as well as to our collaborators at the Centro Andaluz de Arte Contemporáneo in Sevilla, where the exhibit will be hosted in March 2022. Many artists today act as historical agents of memory. In his practice, Muntadas seeks to connect, and I quote, social memory and intimate memory, political memory and artistic memory, unquote. He considers this as a process of translation. Translation here is taken as the ability to create bridges between cultures and spaces of transversal understanding. His investigations are drawn towards cultural and social conditions that are often marginalized or overlooked. This project is the product not only of the artist's intent, but of the many who contributed in gathering and recovering stories and memories. Muntadas initiated the production of meanings for these objects and was deliberate in making memories resonate to audiences in the Philippines and in Spain, specifically in Sevilla, a city like Manila, also experienced economic gains at the height of the galleon trade. Through this project and the various collaborators, Muntadas connects the two cities and sites once more. To give more insights on the components of this exhibition, please welcome Muntadas as he guides us virtually through the exhibition galleries.
Hello everybody, this is Muntadas from Venice, November 21st, around 1 p.m. in the afternoon. I want to introduce the project that is going to be showing in the Ateneo in Manila on the 24th of November of this year, 2021. Following the invitation of Victoria Herrera more than 2 years ago, when I visit Manila to give a presentation at the Ateneo and at the Museum of Art and Design, Victoria proposed to think about the possibility to do a project and to be showing at the Ateneo. I was interested for a long time to the relationship of Manila, maybe because my origin as Spanish, where Latin America, Manila, Cuba was always present as not so much as a ex-colony, but as another part of the world where I was always curious and to know more. That's happened with Latin America in the 70s, later on in Cuba, and now in Filipinas. And the result, the project, is this exhibition that I need to give thank you to very much to Victoria Herrera and Joel, because without them it was impossible to produce that work, especially because the pandemic times. We've been really grateful to Zoom, to just to communicate and to have the possibility to decide things that normally you do in situ. For me, it's the first time I do an exhibition with not being there, but I hope later on I could go in January and view the show. And if it's necessary and they're interested to give a presentation to the possible audience, then in these times it's always difficult to know. The project experience of past and present about Manila includes several works that it was produced exactly and with the intentionally of to be site-specific work at the Ateneo. After a long process of work, of the research, that includes people in the United States, it includes people in Barcelona, Spain. I give you some names, but always it's difficult to don't forget somebody. Andrea Nakash and Victoria Sacco in Barcelona, the help of Lola Carrasco, the help of Pablo Santaolalla in the studio in Barcelona. And in New York, I meet somebody that I know, and it was in the beginning of this project, Angel Show. The process of research includes an understanding the trip of the Galeones of Manila. This was the subject from very beginning. I found the idea of the trip, the idea of the exchange, the trade between Spain, Mexico, Philippines was the subject matter, the Galeon as a container, but also as a symbol and a metaphor of what happened in this period of time with what I call the presentes. The presentes, give, presents, was choose from the many other elements that was transported and sent from Spain, Mexico, and Manila, Philippines. And from that series of presents, I decided to work in three specific ones. The Mantones de Manila, I was very interested on this present in terms of what it represents in Spain. El Mantón was an element that arrived to Spain via Manila and produced in China. And with the time, it was appropriate and used by the popular culture in Spain. La verbena de la paloma includes el mantón. The popular and use in the bullfight and the use and later on of flamenco. I mean, very difficult to see a flamenco group of people without mantones. And all that, it would be long to explain, interests me because it was a kind of recolonization of Philippines in Spain. In a way, something that it was an exchange. Obviously, the exchange, it will be also complex to explain, but it was a symbol then of embroidering in China via Manila arrives to Spain, and later on for this project, it was a group of Filipino people under Joel coordination that produced the 15 mantones that includes different kind of silk with different kind of image from the culture of the history of Filipinos. I don't need to explain that because I think it's possible to see the show, but it goes a very exemplary image that comes from a big selection of image of the history of Filipinos. The second presented is La Vajilla de Malas Hierbas, exploring the botanical exchange between Spain, Mexico, and Filipinas. We arrived and studying the book of Padre Blanco, that a lot of plants arrive to Philippines and invade the local plants, and with an invasive, I call malas hierbas because in a way it was not only invading but also eliminated a lot of the local plants and produced a series of colonization, but it never general people talk about. I decide to transfer these plants to plates, produce La Cartuja in Sevilla, a place where it produced with Triana a lot of the plates that was later on arrived to Philippines. And these plates, it was representing the drawings of the plants with the names of the plants in Tagalog, in English, Spanish, and when we have the botanical scientific names for each plant. I think the display of these plates is part of another room with the reference, like in the mantones, has reference to previous mantones made in Manila and historical use. The third one is what I call portable monuments for anonymous workers, immigrant workers in Philippines. Considering in Philippines a large group of immigrants in different parts of the world, Rotterdam, Barcelona, Rome, Dubai, Kuwait, many New York. Of course, in every place in the world, in every part of a city, you have a Filipino immigrant community, very active, and in general, being very socially involved and helping to the local community. Portable monuments is to a commentary on monuments. I think monuments is always are elements that are being erected and constructed in the city in the past, maybe in the present too, to politicians, military, poets, etc., by an institution, with the help, of course, a definition of an artist. I was very much from the present considering that monuments, it needs to be revised and maybe adding information. And the portable monuments, in instant to be erected, is to be given to. And in this case, these monuments is given to immigrants living in cities with, through mediators in the city, through the community, I get knowledge, and I know through that mediator, people active in this community, helping this community, and active in this community. And that made that it was the idea to create a symbol, a medal, with the name of the person that we otorgate this monument, this portable monument, this modest monument, but full of intentions and full of value. The way how the monuments are made are silver medals made in Sevilla. In one side is the face of the person, and the other one is the local monument of the city where they live. This symbolical element tries to really give value to people. They've been involved in a community in a way that I think not only be passive but active with that community. I hope the way how the presentation of the installation, with the help of different people on the Ateneo group of people, with different people from abroad, we arrived to see an interesting show where it could be also a way to think and reflect of period of time or history that always has been very confusing.
Thank you, Muntadas. It was an honor and pleasure to work with you and your team, especially under challenging circumstances. The Ateneo Art Gallery looks forward to welcoming you all on site, and especially our featured artist, Muntadas, who has been patiently waiting to visit Manila again to see his exhibition. As he mentioned, this is his first project in his many years of art practice that was completed without being physically present. We are in the process of preparing to open our doors to visitors soon, while keeping in mind necessary health protocols. And as we wait for this, you may check the AAG website for a virtual tour that will be uploaded next week. We look forward to your visit with much anticipation. Thank you and good day.